Hey guys, welcome to Friday's final draw. I'm super stoked and very grateful to have some very special guests. One for a very limited time, another one for the whole time. And I hope that you guys are all super excited. And I hope that you will all share this video with all of your friends. You can share it as if you can just hit that little share button. You can share it in your messages, or you can actually share it on pages or groups that you're a part of. And I would appreciate it. We're going to have a great show, and I'm super stoked to see you guys. I'm actually live in the DR. It has been so much fun to get to be around a lot of actually sales guys, along with some Ashhole Cigar Club guy, and I think even a Bovida guy. So let me tell you, I have a lot of stories to tell, but more importantly, I have an awesome guest that I think you all are going to love. So be sure to definitely share and like this. All right, so before I even say any more, because I can talk too much, I'm just going to bring in one of my favorite people, Mr. Rob Jones.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up?
Not
So
too much.
I'm going to let you go ahead and do the honors of introducing the guest that we have on, because I know that you have.
Yeah, so I am super excited to be able to introduce one of my favorite cigar manufacturer guys. This guy cares about the product that you get. Like everybody that is out there that making cigars, everybody wants to make a great blend, a cigar that tastes good, but how many times have you gotten cigars that it's a tight draw, the construction sucks? You know what? You get tired of that. And what I love about
You have
Yonko
to work
from
for it. Nobody
Tabanero
needs to work for
Cigars is that they test draw all their cigars.
it.
And so you're not going to get crappy cigars whenever you order Tabanero cigars. And he cares about your experience. That's what it's all about, is the experience.
Absolutely. You know what? That is the one thing that I learned from Jose Blanco this week was that, you know what? He walks into a cigar lounge and the first thing he asks, what is the number one thing that you sell? And a lot of people say cigars. A lot of people say alcohol. A lot of people say, even soda drinks, whatever. But you know what he says? No, 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 no.
It's the experience.
Boom, baby. I
If you're
love
not, if
it.
you're, I mean, everything that we do and we spend our money on is an experience, and it's not always good experience. Sometimes it
Mhm.
sucks. And so I appreciate someone who owns a company that cares about my experience.
Absolutely. Well, go ahead and let's bring this guy in because I feel like we're just he should be here by now.
Yeah. Aha, there he is.
Good evening. Good evening.
You guys, welcome Yanko Maceda, the owner of Tabanero Cigars out of Ybor City. And if you haven't tried his cigars, you are missing out. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, just myself, I bet I've smoked 15 to 20 boxes in the last year and a half. Is that right, Yanko?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait, why is it
Well,
not like 20 or 40? What's wrong with you?
Well, I got to share.
you got to
Hey,
share his
Yanko,
palate.
you know what I just tried for the very first time, Yanko, is the Connecticut in the Churchill.
Oh,
What do
that
you
looks
think?
good.
Oh, I love it. You know what? I'm
Thank you.
like, I was always a Robusto guy, but this cigar in the Churchill is just so good that I'm like, you know what? This is now my favorite Vitola for this Connecticut.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
really good and it lasts a
Wow.
long time.
You
It so good.
you always surprise me. First it was the Robusto, the sungrown Robusto. I was like, wow, his favorite cigar. And then now the Churchill. I'm
Oh yeah.
impressed. I'm
And I'll tell
impressed.
you the funny
He
thing
gets
is
around.
I really never smoked Churchills. And I don't know why, but I was talking to Frankie over at AJ Fernandez, I was talking to Frankie, and he was asking. We were talking about Connecticut's, and he said, "Have you smoked the New World Connecticut?" And I was like, "No, I haven't had that one."
I've had
And
that
he
one.
said, "I want you to try it, but I want you to smoke it in the Churchill, and then let me know what you think." And I absolutely loved it. So then I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try the Connecticut from
Tabanero.
Tabanero in the Churchill, and bam, love it."
Thank you. Thank
You
you,
know
brother.
what?
Thank you.
I hate to interrupt this, but I think that that is something that I actually learned this week, just being in the DR with Carlito, is one of the things about how a cigar can taste different based on the vitola that it is, and what is a perfect vitola, for each blend. And he mentioned something about, the sound of music and just the way that you feel about it, maybe the time that you have and the song that you wish to hear at that moment in time and how you're feeling. I mean, but I do feel like there is definitely some, relationship along with the Vitola and the blend for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. And when people ask me at the store, what is your favorite cigar? I go, well, it depends the time of the day. Your palate, when you wake up, is not the same palate of noon or 10 p.m. Uh, by 10 p.m. we already had like 20,000 words. So you have a pretty mature palate. That Connecticut that you're having in the morning is not going to taste the same at 10 p.m. So depending on the time of the day.
Absolutely.
And again, my name is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that allows you to stop
Absolutely. What are you
time.
smoking there? Is that a sun
This
grown?
Sungrown Double Robusto, medium to
Oh,
full.
that's a great cigar. Great
Thank you,
cigar.
thank you.
I love that sun-grown wrapper. That is amazing.
And
So,
it is just the blend on that cigar is a nice medium, little bit medium plus, but it's a nice ride. It's got the little bit of spice to it. It's got the leathery, beautiful profile to it, and it's a wonderful cigar. Guys, I'm going to step out for 1 second. I will be right back.
all right, sounds good. All right, so I love this question that we just got in house was, they're looking for a great whiskey to match with a good Connecticut cigar. Just on a whim to answer this question by the viewers, what would you say what that is? Are you a whiskey drinker?
I'm sorry. I'm most of a rum guy. I think your guy was rubbed to ask about
I
that
know.
whiskey, and he just left. I gotta be
Right.
honest.
So, guys, stay tuned, and we will definitely get Rob to answer that question. I am not quite that, I guess.
and I think, usually Connecticut rappers, to my experience, you're looking more for contrast because you have a pretty sweet cigar, so you
Oh,
don't want something the same. You want something to contrast that Connecticut wrapper. So
oh,
a
he changed
nice,
his mind. Now he's
yeah.
looking for
Oh,
a great rum.
there you go. Well,
Okay.
I'm a fan of Zacapas XO, which is goes great with sun-grown wrappers and especially medium to full.
Nice.
But
All right, so I have to go for it. Ybor City, of course. Fuente family. I'm in the DR. Ybor City. It's a great connection. I love this. So, give us some background about
of
yourself.
course, since you get to Ybor City, Tampa, Florida, automatically you learn about Fuentes. And the
Yeah.
more you get to know the family, the more impressed and inspired you are if you are in the cigar industry, because they have a beautiful, beautiful family business. And for someone so small like me, like a speck, it's a wild dream that probably my third generation will get to do something like they have done.
Yeah.
So Tampa goes with Arturo. they're they're synonymous. We started in Ybor City in 2010, manufacturing cigars in Ybor, and up to COVID-19, we used to produce right there in Ybor an average of 120,000 cigars a year. and we only retail our cigars and the shop and website. And my customers always ask me when I was going to start manufacturing in Nicaragua, and my response was never, never. I really enjoy Ybor City. I was pretty ignorant in a sense that if I continued growing in Ybor, it was going to be pretty difficult to serve my clients, my customers, and keep pumping production in Ybor City. So it was hard. It was tough. But
Right. I'm sure, but Ybor City is not really all about Fuente. I felt like
no,
I've definitely learned a
I
lot
give you,
about Ybor City, and there is just a ton of old families, including small cigar companies that have continued to, continuously they stay in these houses that are around there, and they just continuously are still rolling cigars, along with J.C. Newman. I'm going to.
JC Newman, we are really good friends for the reason that they're in there, in Ybor. So you get to visit them a lot. The family's been in my shop many times. They really appreciate what I have done for that little area of Ybor. They can sense my passion for cigars. So we have a lot in common with the Newmans, a lot. And the beauty the Ybor has that I learned from my customers is that it's kind of similar to Havana. When you go to Havana, you get to buy many different brands and blends in the same place. So when you go to Ybor City, you get to do that, and you don't have to fly to Havana. You go to Ybor City, and there's so many cigar shops making cigars. There's so many brands that is magical. So Ybor City is a destination point for cigars.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say I also heard that it was the city of tunnels. They're
Oh
finding
yeah,
some serious background information on Ybor City, and also a lot of tunnels, and even just the I don't want to say the mafia, but there was some. I mean, it was a little bit of a dangerous business, especially if you were in the front office. You might be killed if you did not bring them back and allow them to just to rob your place. Is that what the point was? So you definitely didn't want to be that front guy.
well, I like how we say
I may be wrong.
it was, and we want to keep it like that. But
Right.
it kind of has the feel, depending
Yeah.
on your last name, the things you get to do faster than anybody else. So,
Thank God mine's not. Mine is Cisco, so we're gonna go with that. I'm safe.
so you say, so
Rob,
you can.
I'm waiting, and I say so. Rob, if he's gonna join back in, just give me a thumbs up so I can figure it out. But
No
uh,
problem.
well, no,
The
that sounds.
beauty,
I mean, we
and
just
also,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, so we just recently visited Ybor City for the Heritage Festival, which was a lot of fun. We got to be the official media company for that festival, along with the Bakersfield Gentlemen's Page and JJ from Puffer Lord
Hmm.
Lord Puffer Cigars in San Diego. So it was a ton of fun, and we interviewed all the people. I was the runarounder. They challenged me to go and grab all of the best guests to be able to come up and actually give us an interview, which I think I did pretty well. I think JJ would agree with that. So
Congratulations.
but it was I mean, just being there and the roosters and the, seeing all the people. You're walking down the street. Oh, hello, going to, oh my goodness. Of course, this is going to
It
leave
is
my,
it is quite an experience, and if you allow yourself just to learn a little bit about eBoard, like going to the information center and seeing a little video, watching a little video, I think 7 minutes. Once you get out of there and you start walking the street, it changed completely. The experience, it's amazing because you look at each building, you look at the rollers making cigars, and it's like you are in another era. It is amazing.
right? It is. Yeah, totally. I mean, just walking down the street, you can see all the old buildings. And as we were
Hmm.
walking down, I've been to Ybor City, but I didn't quite stay in downtown Ybor City.
Hmm.
And so I'd always just Ubered right out of the Heritage Festival right back to my hotel. But this time I actually stayed at the hotel that was in Ybor, like downtown. And that
Uh-huh.
is another whole experience because you go to the Columbia restaurant and we walk.
Ooh, I was about to say that.
Yeah, Columbia. Oh
Yep.
my goodness, I ate there like 5 times.
They got their amazing Cuban sandwich that used to be the cigar roller's lunch, so they don't move from the table, and they make an amazing work at Columbia restaurant.
Right. Oh, that sun grown is amazing. We all love the sun
Thank
grown.
you, thank you.
And do this. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. So now I've also heard that you are not quite still in Ybor at the moment, but you've been in Nicaragua for a while. What do you
I'm in
guys?
Esteli. I'm in Esteli, Nicaragua. I've been here since December 1st. This is the longest that I've been in here because we went to Vegas for the first time this past year. We decided to start wholesaling, and I think it went good. It went pretty good. We met a lot of distributors. We met a lot of different retailers, and I finally bent my arm and said, you know what, I'm going to start wholesaling because for many years people have been asking me, when are you going to wholesale? When are you going to wholesale? I said, well, I don't have room to wholesale. I sell all my cigars, but after COVID, I started manufacturing here because of the lack of cigar rollers, tobaccos. But in here, I'm manufacturing 400,000 cigars a year.
Wow.
So I have a lot of cigars. So I said, you know what? Now is a good time that I have a good inventory to start wholesaling and give retailers that have been asking for years when you're going to start retailing, wholesaling. So because of that reason, I said, well, my little box shop that I have in Tampa with 2 employees is not going to cut it anymore. So let me go to Esteli and start a box shop, cigar box shop, the same style I do it in Tampa with CNC machines, CNC laser machines. So basically, the waiting time waiting for your packaging, I think pretty soon it's going to be over. It's going to be over because the machine does all the cutting, and the employee all he does is gluing the box together and painting.
Whoa, that's awesome. Okay, so before I get to the following question, which you just triggered, but what does it take to really make that decision of I'm ready to, move to bigger, mountains and actually create something much more?
Like anybody that is extremely passionate, obsessed with their profession, we always wanted to conquer other horizons. And the best way to do that is getting out of your comfort zone. I
Yeah.
was too comfort in Tampa. I think for the small I am, I have a beautiful family, good friends, and a decent lifestyle for someone that is it's okay with family, barbecues, going to the beach, the boat. And I said, you know what? I'm still young. If I don't do it now, when I'm going to do it? So I'm manufacturing here. It's another reason for me to start coming here more often. And next thing you know, I was coming to Nicaragua since 2014, once a year, twice a year. Last year I came here 6 times, and then I end of the year, the whole December and January in here in Esteli. And my wife said, and it really surprised me, you're not going to be flying to Esteli every month. We are all moving to Esteli. I said, okay.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. What support
I
and the
was
children.
I, I was in shock. I was like, "What? We're moving to Esteli?" Yes, we are moving to Esteli. I said,
Oh,
"Okay."
that's fabulous. And so, are there children involved as well that they?
Yes, 6 year old and my beautiful girl, 8 year old. They were born in the business. They love cigars. My girl says, "Daddy, that Maduro smells like coffee, like chocolate." I said, "Wow, you got good palate."
Oh
So
my
they're gonna learn the trade. I take them every month to the shop. They talk to my clients. They help me to put cigars in the bags. They broom the store. They help me a lot. So now they're gonna learn tobacco.
Wow, that is awesome because I feel like that is
Thank you.
definitely something that Ybor City would always do the same thing. That's amazing. I love it.
Everybody's worried about the shop. Everybody's worried about the operation in Tampa. I said, well, the reason I'm able to do this because when you are really passionate about what you do, you're honest. For some reason, people says that you get lucky. I said, no, I don't think you get lucky. It's really passionate people attract same human beings like that. And when someone see how I have been so consistent, they like to jump in the wagon, like
Yeah.
Cigar Rob. They discover me and they says, Yanko, I only choose my people for the show. I said, wow, I'm honored. Let's start working together, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing from Cigar Talk from Rob. It's been a blessing.
Right? I love Cigar Talk Rob. I mean, where the heck did this guy come from? He's a menace, but we love him.
Hmm.
No, he's not a menace. He's an awesome guy. He's definitely helps me out a ton. Oh, Seraphin, hello. I think we were discussing you earlier. Yeah, so well wait, I think he's not off the phone yet, but that'll be awesome. So yes, that is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. And especially it
Thank
being a
you.
family business, that is just so important. And also a generational thing that you're going to be able to create on and on and on. And especially for them to be two lovely ladies.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
I believe the what I'm working on it with my kids is just to help them to find purpose, and then take it from there. So if the tobacco industry it can help them to find purpose at an early age, I'll be a winner.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I said the same thing for my daughter. Right now, she has just loved getting into art, and she actually got accepted into an amazing art school. Well, actually, a digital
Awesome,
art school. Yeah, in Orlando.
awesome, congrats.
Yeah. And so I'm super stoked for her. And we taught her how to paint at the age of 2. Now,
There
she
you
has
go.
surpassed me by like millions of years. I mean, there's no way that I can do what she does, but it is just amazing. And I asked Carlito the other day, I said, I'm just so grateful for her talent. I wish that I had something like that. But he said, it takes talent and practice. And she has
Yes.
practiced every day of her entire life since she was 2. So,
What a better purpose than that.
yeah,
Yep,
I'm like,
yep.
oh my God, phew, I got something done.
Mhm.
If that's the only thing I did in my life, I'm okay with it. But it's just, it really puts something in perspective whenever you see them being able to really achieve or have just such a trail road already paved out for them that they actually want to do and go for it. So
and and
no,
make them understand what a beautiful thing that basically I believe we are placed here to serve others, and what a better way for her to serve others to enjoy their art and do it
yeah.
for her lifestyle. It's there's nothing better than that.
Oh,
So
hey, so I was just going to whisper in your ear that I'm out of here. I got to go take care of some, non cigar business.
uh,
And so, anyway, it was great seeing you, Melanie, and great seeing
Thank
you,
you, Rob.
Yanko.
thank you,
And
Rob.
Melanie, take great care of the special guest here.
I will, but before you leave, you got to tell the people where to find you and what you do.
I am the host of Cigar Talk, and if you've never heard of us, well, you're probably not missing much other than a bunch of guys that love cigars and love booze and having a good time.
This is
And
my first interview, actually.
yeah,
Mhm.
so we had Melanie on, like 3.5 years ago, and it's been a wild ride. It's been a blast. I have loved every bit of it, and we do a show every week, comes out on Tuesdays. And we just celebrated our 4th year anniversary, and we celebrated our 300,000th download.
Boy,
You're blowing it
So
up.
congrats.
we have been very blessed, and it's been a fun ride, and I enjoy it. That's why we do it. So if you
Mhm.
haven't seen Cigar Talk, check it out. It's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on everything. Cigar Talk, you'll see the monkey.
Mm-hmm. And he also does a lot of things for charity. So definitely stay tuned. You guys got to follow and make sure that you're able to donate,
Yeah.
cigars,
Well,
magazines. Cash.
Absolutely. Yeah, cash. So anyway, hey, you guys have a great night. Yanko, thank you for
Thank you so much,
sliding
Rob.
in, and wish you much success too, brother. I respect everything you do. You are one to admire for sure.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Melanie, have a great show. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank
Have
you,
a good
Rob.
night.
Have a
You
good night.
too. Bye bye.
So, all right. So, tell us about some of your cigars. I mean, what is maybe one of your, how do you blend, or even what kind of blends do you find that are selling the greatest? Or, how do you get to retailers? Or, I mean, there's so many questions I feel like whenever I meet a new manufacturer. I don't know if you're that new, but maybe just manufacturers in general. Like, what got you started?
I came from Cuba in 1994. I was 14, and when you get to the U.S., there's a lot to take in. And for a few years after I got out of high school, I started venturing, and I can say it. I was just chasing money, and I moved to Tampa in 2003. I started a restaurant in Ybor City, and I was one day in front of the grill, and I said, God, why don't I just pass out here in front of the grill, and I'm done with it. I was really, really stressed, really tired of chasing the wrong dream. But between lunch and dinner, I used to stroll the 7th Avenue, La Séptima, and the aroma, the rollers. One of the old guys, Ruben, a master roller, used to go to my restaurant and always bring me good cigars, really good cigars. So he started me from the beginning with really good cigars. And I believe I have a good palate. A lot of my friends bring cigars for me to give my opinion. And I say,
Nice.
you know what? I think when if I'm ever done with the restaurant, I'm gonna get into cigars. And I saw opportunity because most of the little shops in Ybor that they were making cigars, they were naked cigars. It was kind of like a souvenir. So I told someone there's anybody really manufacturing a brand in Ybor. Yes, yes, Arturo Fuente. Yes, Jesse Newman. I said no, 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 no. I'm saying brick and mortar here making cigars. And at that point, on 2007, there was not really someone making cigars. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna start. So I started getting ready, and by 2010, I started making cigars on 120 square feet. I had room for 3 tables.
Wow.
Uh, it was it was challenging. It was challenging, but for some reason,
Smaller than my hotel room. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But for some reason, being such a noble industry, for someone passionate, it's really easy to fall in love. And my love started growing and growing more and growing more. And I was never looking for being the biggest or the Chinese, or I was always aiming to do an amazing cigar. That when someone light up, will go, wow. It took many years, and that amazing cigar I haven't make it yet because I'm a perfectionist, and I think I'm gonna go through my whole life looking for that amazing cigar. But that is good. That is good because I'm not gonna get bored.
Right.
And next thing you know, someone saw my potential on 2012, and he put me on 60 stores, 60 retailers. But I fail. I fail because when you make cigars in the U.S., the cost is about $3 per cigar. Paying a cigar roller $1, and I was selling the cigar for 2.75. So I wasn't really making any money. I was losing money. But sometimes when you lose, you win because it helped me out to expose the brand to
Yeah,
Tampa.
definitely. I think
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that idea as well. That's
Uh, I stopped selling to Tobacco Depot, Tampa Humidor, all the big ones in town. They were pretty sad that I was stopping. I said I can't. If I keep doing it, I'm going to go out of business. And then I concentrated on my store. I moved to the center of everything. I'm right in the center of Ybor City, and I said, Yanko, stay focused, work on a good cigar, different vitolas, and people have a hard time understanding that in my shop, the only brand that I sell is Tabanero cigars. There are
Yeah,
14 vitolas, and then for many years I didn't have Maduro because it was pretty difficult for me
that's
to
a
get
big
Maduro.
move.
Yep, yep. And then next thing you know, uh, uh, COVID-19 hits in. I have 100,000 cigars in inventory. I said, well, I can hold on for too long. So when we come here to Esteli, where you have Jalapa, Condega, Ometepe, Pueblo Nuevo, Esteli, the world
Everybody in the
at
nation.
your feet,
Yes,
I said, now it's my time. So
that's
we started making really complex cigars, well fermented tobaccos. We I like a cigar with a good draw, but well packed, slow burn, um, really complex in a sense that you're just not gonna have the same taste from beginning to the end. It will change a little bit with humidity and temperature.
yeah.
And it was an amazing experience going to Vegas because I would talk to a little bit with the person in front of me, kind of spot what he was aiming for, and put the right cigar on his end. They will walk around sometime the same day or the next day. They will come to my booth and say, "Wow, this is one of the best cigars that I had in the show." I said, "Wow, thank you very much." And now I feel a lot more comfortable to serve all the customers because I believe boutique cigars, they're going to become pretty popular because I have a sense that the same thing that happened with Amazon and retailers, it's happening with cigars.
Oh yeah.
Um, so being a boutique cigar that I'm not in a big outlet, that I'm a well take care brand, I think is my time to shine now.
Right, absolutely. And obviously, if the PCA is now providing their own boutique tent where you guys, or pavilion, I suppose would be the correct word, that
Mhm.
you guys can actually be a little set off, and not so right behind one big, huge company that everybody already knows. You're going to be able to get
Mhm.
your
Mhm.
chance to really shine.
Mhm.
Although there are a lot of boutique cigar companies that are popping up. So it definitely
Mhm.
makes for an interesting show
Well,
for the PCA. I would agree completely on that. But it's great because why not? We're all one big family anyways. Everybody has a lot of different tastes. Not everybody's going to like the same thing. Heck, you go to the
mm,
grocery store and you've got thousands of different foods in there and everybody buys all of them, and
mhm.
everybody can
Mhm.
buy their own shelf space and be able to
Mhm.
have their turn in the market. So I love it. I
You're
think it's
right.
excellent
You're
as
right.
well.
The
So we have
beauty
one.
on
Go
the
ahead.
beauty in our case that you just said it. There's a lot of boutiques popping up. Well, we've been in it for 11 years, working on our master craft. So showing our product right now to wholesalers, to other retailers, we are new to them, but we're in it for 11 years.
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, it's a great opportunity. So I have one question from
Mhm.
one of our viewers. He says, "What's your blending philosophy?" Which I find that's a pretty unique question. I don't quite hear that often.
I hear a lot
Oh yeah.
when I hear a lot when brand owners they go, well, it took me like 100 cigars to get to this cigar. Um, I'm not that complicated. I'm not that complicated. I try. I'm a Umetepe guy, Condega. I like Condega because of the strength and the aroma. I don't use Ligeros. I use Biso because I don't want that strength to harsh your nose. I'm not a
Interesting.
full body guy.
Okay.
Why I like Umetepe because of the distinct aroma that you get from Umetepe. So what I do is when I taste the aroma of the Umetepe Condega, and I go ahead and light up just the tobacco, and it's well fermented. Right there, I start working on what is it that I'm looking for a cigar. So if it's a mild cigar, 45 minutes, I want before you finish that Robusto, which is about 45 minutes, to let you hanging for you to go, man, I want more. I want more. I don't want a cigar that it completely satisfy you. I want you to want more. So positioning the tobaccos on the cigar so it's not front loaded and you go, wow, this is amazing. And then later on, everything mellows out. So I start like any relation. I start pretty soft in the beginning,
Oh,
give
I
you a
love where
hint,
that's going.
give you a hint of what is the relation is going to get into it and what is going to evolve. And then by the time you are really, really excited, we are done. You have to light up again.
So it's almost like, ugh, I don't want to say this, but I do. Like you got the foreplay down.
There you go.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Okay, I'm going to
There
say
you
that
go.
once, and then I'm going to leave that.
Yeah. And I concentrate on my palate. I understand that we have to always be thinking on the customer, but the beauty of having so many brand is for someone to identify with yourself, with me. So
Yeah,
I do things that I like, and then the customer will find my taste.
yeah, I love it. And like Rob said, and a couple of people have already said, he's like, "Did you just say foreplay?" I did. I did. And so, I mean, I believe cigars are definitely romantic. There is a lot of romance with cigars. I mean, if you're going to argue that with me, go ahead. Because I would love to hear a guy that says that they don't see any romance in a cigar. Because I have seen men just absolutely enjoy a cigar more than anything else. It's almost like
Oh
food,
my God.
really. A lot
Yep,
of people
yep.
say, I mean, yeah, it's a lot like food. There's a lot of that in there. Ooh, Tom
Yep,
Petty
yep.
just joined.
I and when I see a customer rushing, I go, look, slow down, slow down. This is a ritual. Take
Yep.
your time. Try to imagine that you're stopping time. Enjoy it. Don't puff too harsh because it will overheat the cigar and it will change completely the experience. Slow down.
Yeah, absolutely. You're completely right. I had to learn that the hard way. Let's see, where's it? So Jose, one of my great friends, I love this guy. He's asking where I am. I am actually in the Dominican Republic, and I have gotten to sit along with some excellent uh, tobacconists, along with some amazing professors. You might know one, Jose Blanco, and also Carlito Fuente. And I mean, it's just been an amazing trip so far. And of course, we got to meet along with the sales team, which I think is super important. I don't know if the sales teams are really shined upon that often. And to know that all the things that they're out there doing on a daily basis to really grow brands and get the cigars not only just in people's hands, but to help, other smokers be able to enjoy exactly what they want, find what they want, because it takes some education and it takes educating the tobacconists that work inside of, so when a salesperson really takes the time to be personable and, reach out and make sure that everything is where it needs to be or everything is known so that they can actually also that information or education can be translated or sent passed on to the consumer. It's super super important because then you're able to really enjoy what you'd like. So have you got a plan of what you might do whenever you actually reach the level that you'll act? I mean, I'm not sure if you probably already have salespeople or not, but do you have this figured out yet?
Not really. I pardon
Takes time.
my ignorance. I have a few mentors. Some of them I have met them in person. Some of them I didn't have the chance. And one of besides Vicente Martinez Ebor, Arturo Fuente,
Yeah,
Padron.
yeah,
Uh,
into the bells.
I, 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 I never say no when a good sales rep approach me, see the potential that we have. I'm always open, but I have designed everything not to be rushing. I have designed everything not to be desperate to be moving cigars. When you get into this industry strictly for wholesale, you need to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. No, I've been enjoying my journey. this 11 years, making amazing relationship with my clients. So my clients is the one pushing me. Yanko, when I go back home, how can I buy your cigars on my retailer? I said, well, tell them to give me a call and see, and I send them some samples. So far, to this point, we have a wholesale website. So anybody that we met at the show, anybody that calls the store, we give them a login, and they go into the website and they place the order. This can take 100 years. I'm not in a rush because I'm going to last 150. So smoking cigars and other things, other practices, right? Cigars and other practices that it will make your life longer. So sales rep, yes, I'm open. I'm open to it. They really need it in the industry,
Yeah,
and they really need it, and especially the ones that are pretty consistent, the ones that they don't give up, that they're not offended when people say no. They just got to keep coming and coming.
absolutely. And, that also, I love the ones that are super friendly relationship wise. I think that that's a huge aspect to our industry. A lot of times we talk about the people. It's all about the people. The cigars are
Yes.
just something, it's just a component that brings together the people, and the people is what really matters. But at the same time, we're mostly talking about consumers. There's a lot of relationships that go on within the industry or behind the industry that I don't think people truly understand how important or valuable they can be,
Well,
especially
of course.
the mentorship, like you said, and the relationships that you make with your retailers, or the relationships that you make with your salespeople, or the salespeople making relationships with your retailers. I mean,
Yes.
I love those salespeople. I know a lot, quite a few sales
Just
guys. And
just think about this. I'm totally new to wholesale. Someone, a sales rep that approached me and sees the potential, tries the product, see my trajectory to 11 years, they have the capability to take my brand to a retailer that doesn't know anything about me, but because of the relationship that they have built with a sales rep, they would place my cigars. They would take the risk of placing my cigars on that retail space because of him, because of the relationship.
absolutely, hands down, that's it.
Hmm.
Exactly. So I think it is so important that you make those relationships first. And I love how you said you're not, I mean, I hate to repeat this because it is Fuente, but don't rush the hands of time. and
No,
my,
no, no, no. I respect that, and I'm really careful. I'm really careful. I had a little story with Drew State that I will share with you, and it was funny. It was a funny story.
okay, great. I'd love to
And
hear.
in the sense, it's probably my subconscious keeps saying that because of one of my mentors, the Arturo family. I learned that from them, listen to it. So something told me not to rush, just chill, let the cigars to age 90 days. Don't rush anything because it has worked for an amazing family. If it has worked for them, it has to work for me. Well, I got so excited and I started placing on my doors and some of the advertising the rebirth of Ebor cigars. Because I'm an Ebor, I'm manufacturing an Ebor. This was a few years ago. And I guess my subconscious read it on some news magazine or something from Drew State, the rebirth of cigars. Next thing you know, I thought I was unique because I started saying, well, the rebirth of Ebor cigars. A good friend, the salesman here, Rex, he came in and he's always giving me cigars. So in the future, if I open another shop, if I bring other brands, this and that. And he says, Yanko, here's some cigars. Hey, Yanko, I need to talk to you. My lawyers brought to my attention that you need to get rid of the rebirth of Ebor cigars. And it got me by surprise, and I started laughing. And he thought I was going to be a hard, crazy Cuban saying, are you out of your mind? And I said,
Crazy
Rex,
Cuban? We've never heard of that.
no,
What?
we never had that. I said, I said, Rex, look, you want me to get a razor blade and start taking it right now down? I can do it now in front of you. No, 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 Yanko, you can do it later. I said, that's
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm not sure what happened. How does Nana?
We back?
Yes, we're back.
I'm sorry. No, what I was saying, I told him that's a fight with a 500-pound gorilla that I don't want to get into it. You know, I choose my battles.
Absolutely. And
No way.
absolutely. And a lot of
And I'm
times, go
and
ahead.
I'm here to make friends. So,
That's what I was just about to say. It's also about choosing your friends, and you choose wisely about those as well. Choose your
mhm,
battles and choose your friends. Absolutely. That's the best
mhm.
policy. Well, that is awesome. I'm so excited that you were able to come on because of the connection here. I had no idea. I love learning about all of these different people that are in the industry, and absolutely all the connections and the families and how close everybody really is. It's
and
incredible.
and the other thing, going back to customers and starting a new cigar company, you need to really identify who is your customer. Who is your customer?
Yep.
Um, for many years, many of my friends, they're always asking me, when you're gonna do a lower brand, something that is approachable to everybody. When are you gonna do some bundles, some throwouts? I said, look, all my energy it's on my premium cigars, and I don't have enough energy for the amount of passion that I put into it. Why I'm gonna try to satisfy everyone? Why? I just want 1,000 customers to love what I do. No, I'm sorry, 100 customers they love what I do, not 1,000 customers they like what I do.
Absolutely. And let me see if I can get this right. Hold on. No, wait, not that one. I haven't learned these yet. I'm gonna definitely give a hand clap for that because exactly, I mean, that's how definitely my business is. There's a lot of people out there that have a ton of followers, but their followers may not be buying anything.
They
And
not
so,
even speak English.
yeah, that too,
They're not
and it's
even understanding what you're saying.
exactly. They're just looking at something, maybe something else. I don't know. But yeah, and I find it so important that I connect with the followers that I have and then obviously bring brands that I know that they're going to love, understand who they are. I can sell so much more than I can by focusing on just collecting more followers,
Of
that
course.
yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I
The
completely relate with that.
the amount that you have, if they truly in love with what you do, they will do the work for you.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's a good point. I like it. This is good. Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm totally
The
thrilled.
things that you can the things that you can do and how creative you get with the right cigar in your hand, huh?
I mean, I'm kind of missing my cigar tonight. I'm sorry. I didn't. I smoked them all this week, and I just did not pick up any more at the time. And the DR is a little scary to be running around by myself in. So yeah, I've been deep into my photos and all of the technical gear that I have, learning and reading. Why do they have to make the guidebooks so tiny? I don't understand that. I just wish.
Don't worry, I have smoked today for you and for me. So this is
Okay,
my
good.
number. This is my number 6.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, you know what? There's a good question. Speaking of that, if you're, how do, being, I'm sure that you probably don't, I mean, do you have a lot of employees? Do you have somebody that smokes all your cigars that goes and quality checks or does these kind of things? So you do it all?
No, what I learned is I allow my employees, which they're ones that smoke. There's only 3. I'm
Okay.
really small. My store is only 7 employees, and my box shop down here is only 6 employees. So I'm really boutique, really small. And the
Gotcha.
cigars that I make is with 10 pairs, 10 cigar rollers, but I don't own the factory. Someone makes a cigar for me, my blend, and I'm in between the box shop and that factory. They're 5 minutes away, so I'm always back and forth, back and forth. I try to make the time to have my 10 a.m. coffee at the cigar shop, cigar factory, and then after lunch I go back.
Nice.
So what I learned is that if my employees find their favorite cigar, he's the one to make sure that that cigar is always on point.
Oh, I like it.
And I have really close friends that they go every day to the shop, and I'm talking about Keith Pelaez. He's my big daddy, my full body guy. So he's always smoking Big Daddies, Bocados, Mike, and he's the one telling me, look, this is happening. Well, Keith, that is happening because they rush it. They didn't press enough, the bunch being such a thick cigar. And we go ahead and correct it. So I'm the one in charge of any 50 gauge to 54. So I'm always around there.
All right, good. So we're not going to the nines or the tens, huh? Or the
No,
sevens.
no way.
I love it. That's fantastic. You do
No.
have great mentors, I can tell.
Thank you.
Well, amazing. Okay, so last minute, I know everybody's getting tired. It's a little bit late at night, but it is the final draw. So,
Hmm.
what would you like to leave with everybody here that's watching, and maybe tell them where, when, what you got
Hmm.
coming out next? Let it rip.
Well, again, I'm a small boutique. I really enjoy what I do, and that makes a big difference because when you get to a point of your life in your brand in your operation that is most enjoyment, things they're pretty fluid. Everything aligns. Everything it comes out right. So for now, I'll just concentrate on keep doing what is working. Good cigars. I'm not that type of brand of always every year try to come up with something new. I think what I have to do is concentrate on being consistent,
Hmm.
and the highlights I think for us right now is to continue going to the Vegas show. Um, Everybody's been telling me that by the third show is when really people are going to notice that I exist. So I'm patient. Most of my goals are 5 year goals. So I got another 2 years. And and get ready. We are in Tampa, Florida. We have 425,000 cigars in inventory on my little warehouse. So I think we are set.
Almost over a million. I mean, it's not far. You're halfway there.
I'm halfway, and because I do pretty complex cigars, the more time their age, the better balanced cigars you're gonna have in your hand. And the next thing that we are really planning to do is able to allow my customers to have access after hours on the shop through a lot of technology that we're putting into the shop,
Oh,
and we're gonna test the technology in eBoard and then open the second shop, basically members only. We're working on that.
nice. Well, that sounds awesome. All right, I got one little quick question just
Sure.
because I have been at this festival, but would you be joining or would you connect or didn't join the Boutique Cigar Festival last year? Would you be thinking about joining it this year or am I wrong?
I'm talking about Tampa.
No, the Boutique Cigar Festival was held in Indiana by
No, I didn't join, and that's all the things that have allowed me to get good at what I do. It's to concentrate. I'm really small, so if I try to go everywhere, it would drain me. I have a few not not really shows. I'm invited at least twice a year to fun charity events of really good clients that I can't say no. So this year I have like between Vegas and those three I have five. And I have a box shop in Nicaragua, a production in Nicaragua, and I'm small. So I have to really, really manage my time.
well, the fact that you have your own box shop is pretty amazing. I'm
Oh, it's amazing. The people who visit the box shop, they say, wow, this looks like a Tesla factory because everything is
wow.
on, we have conveyors. So one guy does the bottoms, one guy does the top. It goes on the conveyor. The next guy puts the internal frame, and the last guy put hinges. So at the end of the line, the box is done. And it's
Yeah.
amazing. When they
I've
see that giant machine cutting everything digital, they go, "What is that?" That's magic.
I know that. I know that. I know that very well, actually.
And to be honest, something that really inspired me to do it. It's hearing the many issues in Nicaragua of box shop delivering
Mm.
on time. So I have visited already 10 factories, and they're all complaining of the same thing. How fast can you make them? I said, you'll be surprised. Place the order and you'll be surprised.
Right. And I guess you're able to make it for other companies as well. So that's another revenue stream, correct?
Yes, because for us, we only need for the year, for the amount of cigars that we sell, we need to be safe, 5,000 boxes. So because we sell a lot of the cigars single in our shop and in our website.
Yeah.
So 5,000 boxes, we make it in a week and a half. So
I think it's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I'm so jealous. I'm gonna have to I'm definitely gonna go smoke a cigar now after I get off of here, which is funny because I usually would do it here, but.
And I'm really excited because I'm gonna have my friend Carlitos in Nicaragua too. So.
Oh yes, that is happening.
That is happening. So who knows? We go for lunch one day, and he likes my boxes.
I might be there. We'll see. I know that there is going to be some amazing people there, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. There's a lot of awesome, amazing things coming up in the next couple of years. So
he probably doesn't remember, but it meant a lot to me. I was on the corner of 19 and 7 in a really small space, and he walked in, and he saw my 8 rollers making cigars, and I was walking in, and he hugged me and says, "Wow, thank you for bringing new blood to the industry." Oh my God, that stayed in my heart for the rest of my life.
That man can definitely bring tears to your eyes all the time.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
he also brings tears to his own eyes because he is so passionate about what he does.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you gotta love him
And
for being a huge leader for us.
we bumped into each other in Vegas, and he looked into my eyes and he said, "Good, finally you made it here." I said, "Yes, Carlito, finally I'm here." Because everybody's been pushing me. When are you gonna go to Vegas? When are you gonna go to Vegas?
Yeah.
Someday.
It's super important, I think, and that's what's such a big deal about having the boutique pavilion there is that we need everybody's support from the entire industry to make the PCA work, not just to bring us to retailers, but to fight for us against, some of our government and the laws that are being, miscued about what we are actually doing out there. So absolutely, it's super important. So I'm so happy for you too.
It took me years of preparation, and because I'm the type of person that once I start something, it's forever. So I said, the day I start, it's forever. It's for the rest of my life. So now it's forever.
And bless your family's heart. So grateful for them to be a part of it as well. We're just so.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bless your daughter, and please keep supporting her.
Absolutely. I'm grateful for that. But oh my God. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You have been amazing. This is one of my favorites now. I'm going to have
Thank you for the opportunity. You have made me feel really special. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. And thanks to Rob out there. You guys got to definitely check out Cigar Talk Rob. It's on all of the podcast channels. Also, you can just Google Cigar Talk Rob and you'll definitely find him as well. And then also definitely go to Ybor City and check out Tabanera Cigars as well. And obviously I guess you can find them maybe online or you can call around the lounges. I mean, we love to support the B&Ms. And so definitely you can call it any lounge. They will ship. I promise you they will ship.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. So thank you for joining. I have loved all of you and all of your comments. Mwah. Yep, one more draw. I'm definitely going to probably do that. You're right. It won't be I did not have my final draw tonight, Natasha points out. But I love it. So check me out every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Facebook. Be sure to hit that bell every time, or hit the bell now so that you get notified every time that I go live, and you can check this out. Also, be sure to check out the Professor Show this Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Jose Blanco and a wonderful, obviously, Carlito Fuente and Jeremiah Marifel, but we are going to have a wonderful, wonderful guest that you're all going to love. He was here with us in the Dominican Republic, and so he's I wouldn't say a character. He's quite a gentleman, I would say, but he's got a lot of great stories to tell. So you guys should not miss out on this Sunday show. So Happy Friday, Fuente Friday, Tabanera Friday. We'll go with Tabanera Tuesday. How about that? No. Wait. Get in trouble.
Any day will work for me.
I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. All right,
I'm
bye,
gonna keep
guys.
going.
Have a great night.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Aw.